Okay, so your kit came with 2 of each of these shapes. I'm starting with the monster with the smaller black, which is thick, and I'm just outlining where my colors are going to go. You don't have to do this part. I just like having kind of a template of where the colors will go and what I want him to look like. I even kind of made him a little crooked here. But he's a silly monster, so he can be a little crooked. Your kit should come with a thick white and a flood white, a thick yellow and a flood yellow, a thick orange and a flood orange, and a thick green and a flood green. And the bigger bags are your flood. That's what you're going to kind of color things in with. So that's what I'm doing here. Taking the flood, and you can see where it's going to cover up his mouth a little bit. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to come back when it's kind of done and put the line back on there. I just wanted to kind of have placement of where his mouth was going to be for that. So I'm just flooding this green. You're going to want to kind of squeeze it out. It's kind of like thicker, not consistency, but a thick layer of icing on there, and then you can shake it down, shake it flat. You probably have about 2 minutes or so to flood it until the icing that you started with starts to dry. I'm going to go ahead and put my flood colors in on the monster. They might kind of blend a little bit with the icings that they're put next to. So like the white and the green may kind of look like they're merging. But when you come back in a minute with the black, you're going to define those teeth and his little horns a little bit better. I think that's all I need to say about him. What I will say really quick is that if you do your icings at different time intervals, so if you did the green and then something that's not touching it, like say you did the yellow or the white, and you left it for a couple of minutes, maybe 2 or 3, and then you came and flooded another section, it's going to be a little bit more separated because the icing dries and it'll kind of be a barrier to the icing it's next to. So that's one little part of working with royal icing. And then I went ahead and wanted to do the candy corn because it's got 3 different colors in it, and I thought I'd do the bottom color and the top color to do exactly what I just said. So you're kind of separating them from touching, and I'm going to let it dry. So I'll do the orange, and then I'll do the I'll do the yellow. Sorry. I'm going to do the yellow and then the white, and then set it aside and let it dry. And then I'll come back and do the orange in a little bit, and you'll have a little bit more definition from the colors. Now, it really doesn't matter. You could do all 3 colors at the same time, and they'll kind of blend together, and you could come back with the black in a little bit and kind of mark off the colors. But it's kind of nice having it separated, I think, when they dry. So that would be what I did there. And then with the, you'll see I'm bordering everything with a thick. That's my preference. Some people don't do this. Some people just kind of go in with a flood icing and just kind of go for it. Totally up to you. I just like to have a border. It kind of helps guide me. My tip was too small. You always want to cut your tips. You always want to cut your tips kind of starting small and go bigger from there, because if you cut it too big, you can't go backwards. Okay, so now I'm going to take the monster back And he should have dried a little bit from now. And I gave y'all plenty of icings in. If you want your monster to be yellow, and you can, you might have enough yellow, I would think, or another color. You could do the monster a different color. But anyway, so once that top layer of icing's dried a little bit, I'm just kind of putting the eyeballs on top and kind of defining his little features a little bit better. The little white specks on the eyeballs are cartoonistic feature that kind of makes the face look a little bit better. And then I'm just kind of cleaning him up. Okay, and here, the white and the yellow, the top and the bottom, have kind of had a little bit of time to dry. So now I'm going to come in and put the orange on top. Now, I was a little bit rushed because I wanted to get these out for the sale. So I went ahead and did his facial features. Or if you don't want to do a little face on him, you can get those sprinkles if you have a kid with you, or if you just like to use sprinkles. You could put some sprinkles at the top when you do the white, or just kind of all over. However, I mean, I did the sprinkles because kids love it. So, but yeah, so you'll see, I'm going to go ahead and no, I didn't. Okay. So I went back to the ghost. Okay. I thought I went in a minute. I'll go ahead and go put the face on the candy corn. But you might want to wait a little bit longer than I did. To put the face on there, just to kind of let that layer dry. And here's the little ghost. And if you just kind of study the way it looks on that, or you can make him look however you want. You can have him with a completely different face, whatever. I just thought he was really cute. Okay, so here I am doing the face. I'll say this. I'll put this somewhere in the video because I think it's kind of fun knowledge. But royal icing, you could Google and get a recipe, or I can send you one if you just text me and say, can I have the recipe? But it's got something called meringue powder in it, which is kind of like a byproduct of egg. And it's what makes these icings harden. See, I'm trying to clean up his foot. But I hope you had fun kind of trying to make these cute little boogers, and happy Halloween. I hope you enjoy your kit.